Hello and welcome back, and I've got another exciting review for you guys. This is the top toy BeBe building blocks. I'm not gonna call it Lego because it's not really Lego. This is some sort of third-party thing. Now, if you're not familiar, BeBe is this cute parrot. It's sort of like a blind box gashapon. I collect them. I don't know what it is about them, but I just think they're great design. They're great characters, and there's lots of great variety. Here's a handful I've got. But like I said, this is a figure that I really like. And what happened was I was actually shopping at a toy mall in Malaysia, and I saw a shop that had these. And you can see here a shot of the shop that had it in their window. However, even though I visited twice, they weren't open either time. So I came back actually pretty disappointed that I was not going to get this. And what ended up happening is my wife found this on Temu. And luckily, that means now I have it. So this is something probably in the range, you'll find it between maybe $36 and $50. We're going to find out if it's worth it. But what I'm going to do, this is the packaging. And so far it looks pretty good. You can see he's got a giant robot little pigeon that he pilots, and he's got his own little helmet and everything. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build him and see if he's worthy of our collection. So here we go. And I got my son to help me put this together.
Wait a minute. Two of them.
The instructions were fairly clear. I felt like it was easy enough. I felt like it's as good as any other building block. And here we have everything complete. This is a pretty awesome set. I was pretty happy with the building quality. The instructions were mostly good. There's maybe a couple sections where there was a little confusion, like say, for example, this, where you weren't entirely sure the amount of yellows to put on there. But once you look at the part list, every one of the part lists were correct. So you'll see, oh, I have an extra piece, and you kind of have to go look at the final drawing to figure out where that was. But there was only a couple instances. But the final assembly looks really good. We have two BeBe figures here. We have a sitting and a standing one. They both have a regular size peg hole, so you can have them placed in the cockpit and or placed on a stand, just like here. This one, just like a lot of the BeBe toys, are a little hard to stand because they're top heavy, and so I have him in the peg here. But you could build a stand if you thought it was an issue. If you look at the quality of the minifigure compared to a normal BeBe figure, it's pretty spot on. It really captures a look. The quality is really good. It's a different kind of plastic, where these are like a solid PVC or vinyl or something. This is a more hollow, regular plastic, but it's still well painted and nice quality. We did have a handful of extra pieces left over, so they just include some extras, which is good to know, and it comes with its very own tool. So if you don't have one of these Lego tools already, you have one now. We can get another closer look at this minifigure, also very nice. It's pretty much the same, just a different position. First, let's look at the base itself. We have the word B on there, or Bay for BeBe. And then we've got a little computer here, has a clear plastic with LCD. Nicely printed parts. The only thing that stood out as being off, and it's just because it didn't match the box, is this is on there sideways, where here it is level with the ground. We've got a little lever here for articulation. Some nicely painted silver parts. And in here, we have some sliding arms, so they slide in and out. They have a joint at the top, and then we have a joint down here. Now, you might have to run into some issues putting these back together because there's so many long pieces here, and the joint is a little stiff, but it's, it comes with the territory of building block toys. So we've got that, and there's one last feature. So we have these LEDs on both sides that you can twist and lock, and it has LEDs. For what we paid, I want to say it was a $36 range. This has got quite a bit packed into it for a building block set. It's not like some cheap knockoff like I really expected. It's a really nice set. I mean, the only gripe I have about it is a couple of very minor missteps in the instructions, and that was only a couple instances. But yeah, this is really nice. Now let's go ahead and check out the mech itself. Really captures the look of BeBe. as well as typical giant robots. So we kind of have the Panda Z vibe at the top with little handles in the cockpit. The head itself, it's on a joint. It's separate, but I don't feel like it's got some waggle to it because the way they have the inner joint, but there's not any like rotation or anything because it's not going through a hole, it's going through a cross. So that means it's sort of fixed. Wings, we do have some articulation. We can, move them up and down on both sides. We do have articulation on the feet as well. But as you notice, these are a bunch of short pieces put together, so you just have to watch when you put force on them. And lastly, we have the tail, which is also on a ball joint. Some cool mechanical detail back here. Nice little flag with his typical sort of face he puts on different accessories. The face itself actually looks really, it really captures the look on the mech. There are some pre-painted pieces here, and it tells you pretty clearly in the instructions where those are supposed to go. And there was one decal to add, which was this one. It's not necessarily required, and I almost didn't put it on there, but I just want to show you all what it looked like. And I think it does add to the look, especially since I'm not going to be using these in my typical like deconstructing and use for other kits. I'm going to keep this one on display on my shelf because I'm just a fan of the overall set. So we'll go ahead and throw our sitting BeBe in there. Sits just fine. Come from behind, tilt up, and I need to move some stuff around to get it to fit. There we go. And there we have the set. So let's move this out of the way and kill the lights. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It really calls back to other classic Super Mecha series, which really just does everything justice. I think this is a really nice set. I really dig it. So if you're a fan of BeBe or you just like cool, cute mecha things, go check this out. Happy hunting. I've seen it in a few places online, but I did get mine on Temu. Not sponsored, of course. So anyway, let us know in the comments below if this is worthy of your collection. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.